was over, till the quiet and the echoes became colder. And I never really knew that it was over.
Hey guys, and welcome to Turkey. I'm currently on holiday in sunny and warm Western Turkey, and while on holiday I rented myself one of these, a Renault Symbol, but also known as a Dacia Logan. It's basically one of the cheapest cars you can buy in any market in any part of the world today. I've had the car for about a week, and today I'm gonna take you guys on a test drive and give you guys my full review on this car. So the Renault Symbol is a subcompact saloon, a very small saloon, classic 3-box design, and it's basics, bare bones. Let's start with the engine. Well, if you can call it an engine, it's a 1.2 liter 4-cylinder, no forced induction, no supercharger, no turbo, 75 horsepower, and third gear, slight incline, 70 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's really slow. It makes a lot of noise, but doesn't have any go at all. It's connected to a really vague 5-speed transmission, so this is a really slow car, and it has power steering, though at low speeds it doesn't feel like it has power steering. And we're in Turkey, and being from Western Europe and Norway, I have to get a bit used to the way they drive down here. It's a bit different than how we drive in Northern Europe. But back to the car. So it has power steering, but basically at low speeds it doesn't feel like power steering because the steering is really heavy, and the steering is also made out of plastic, so it's not very nice to touch. This cabin in general is just hard plastics everywhere. Doors, dashboards. That's what you get for bargain basement prices. In the UK, they sell this as the Dacia Logan MCV, the station wagon, and there it costs under £7,000 for a new car. That's crazy. So for what it is, it's actually quite amazing that they can make a car for this cheap, and spending this amount of money. I don't mind the hard plastics. I don't mind the engine with no power at all, the heavy power steering. It's a new car for less than £7,000. That must be like less than £8,000. I mean, less than 8,000 euros in other European markets, and that's remarkable and quite amazing. So as I said, this is a rental car done about 40,000 kilometers, and this car has not been taken care of. It's just been beaten up. The outside doesn't look pretty. It has a bunch of scratches, dents, scuffs around the front of the car. And my point is that you can hear the interior rattling and a bit stuff like that, but overall the interior does feel really solid. The car actually feels solid. And driving here on cobblestone covered streets, I'm really and that was a big pothole. You can hear that. There isn't a lot of sound deadening here, but the car feels solid. And what surprised me the most is the ride comfort, because this road is very bad, but the ride is very soft, very compliant. And this is a small car that weighs not much, so you don't lose much in the handling and in the body control department. That's the benefits of having a car with a low center of gravity and a low mass. And driving here in Turkish traffic, it's in the middle of the day here, crowded city, a lot of cars, bad roads, and believe me, the roads down here are really bad. In city driving, this car just works perfectly fine. I mean, it's small, it's light, and the heavy power steering does become a lot lighter when on the move. And the engine is also the transmission, and the engine works really nicely in city driving because it doesn't have a lot of power, but pickup is really good. And there you can hear probably the tires, but a little bit of wheel spin, and it's a bit, I wouldn't call it peppy, but it's quick enough to keep up with traffic. And the way the clutch and transmission works, you can have really low revs here, below 2,000 revs, third gear, and the engine doesn't complain. So it's really made for economic driving. And I had the car for a week and barely used a quarter of a tank, so that's quite impressive.
And I'll try to carry on again, but I never really knew that it was so.
Usually I drive large luxury cars, luxury SUVs, a lot of Volvos, and a lot of other luxury cars such as Audis and BMWs. And there's something about a basic car, basic transportation, back to basics that's really appealing to me. Because there's no nonsense in here. There are no, sound deadening that weighs down the car. There's no soft touch plastics, metal or woods, and I love those things, but there's just something about a car that's just within the definition of what a car is that's really appealing. And I just think it's fun to drive something like this. And if they built this in Mexico and sold this in the US, this car would be below $9,000, at least below $10,000 for a new car, and that's just crazy. I mean, below $10,000 for a brand new car that's with airbags, air conditioned, that works really good, and lacking sound deadening and stuff like that, is actually quite quiet in here for being a car. It has narrow tires, meaning that you don't have a lot of contact patch with the road surface, and that's a problem with modern cars such as large SUVs, because the wheels and tires are so big, the tires are so wide that you have a large contact patch, meaning more road noise. So you have to put more sound deadening, thicker windows, more insulation to make the cars more quiet. But this is just, back to basics, and to me that's really interesting, really appealing. And if I would live down here in sunny Turkey, Western Turkey, beach life, summer life, I would probably get something like this, maybe with a bigger engine. And you can even get these cars with LED headlights or LED daytime running lights. This car is just basic, 2 airbags, speedometer, tachometer, basic trip computer, air conditioning that works really well because outside is probably 35 degrees centigrade, and lights, power windows for the driver and front passenger, and that's really impressive. So as you can see, I really like this car. Actually, it's fun in a different kind of fun. It's nothing like a luxury SUV or a performance station wagon or a Porsche 911 or whatever, but it's basic transportation and it just works. And the fun is that it's so basic and it's so cheap. So guys, that's my thought after a week on the Renault Symbol or Dacia Logan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.